So we're going to take a look at segment lengths in a circle. Alright, so again, we're going to make a new tab. Go ahead and copy that down to page 3. Alright, so looking at the first one, it's kind of like a cross, and it's really simple. It says that when you take one part of your chord and multiply it by the other part of that same chord, you're going to get the same thing as if you take the other part of the second chord and multiply it by the second part of the second chord. I know that sounds a little confusing, so let me say it again. So you need to take a look at one chord. Part 1 times part 2 of that one chord is the same thing as part 1 times part 2 of the second chord. So let's take a look at an example of what that means. So again, part 1 times part 2, so 2x plus 5, times part 2, which is 12. So make sure you put it in parentheses. Okay, each part in parentheses equals, look at the second chord, part 1 of the second chord, which is 14, times, and make sure you use parentheses, part 2 of the second chord, which is 2x plus 2. And then you solve the equation. So part 1 times part 2 equals part 1 times part 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in the house. 12 times 2x is 24x. 12 times 5 is 60. 14 times 2x is 28x. 14 times 2 is 28. Boxes and circles. Let's take 24x to the other side. It's going to be minus 24x. Take positive 28 that side. It's going to be negative 28. And you're going to get 32 equals 4x. Divide both sides by 4. We get x is equal to 8. Then what's the question? Okay, I forgot to write down the question. So let's say the question was find UW. So I didn't say find x, I said find UW. So what's UW? So let me label this. So let's say that line was UW. So what is UW? Well, UW is the whole line. So it's 2x plus 5 plus the 12. Because it has to be the whole line. And then all you're going to do is substitute where you see x with 8. And then let's combine what we've got so far. So we've got 12 plus, and then we've got 16 plus 5. So that's going to give us 12 plus 21, which is equal to 33. This is a listening check. Box and color in the number 33. Alright, let's take a look at another one. And the way I remember this is called ow ow. Ow equals ow. What that means is outside times the whole equals the other outside times the other whole. As a listening check, put a box around ow equals ow. So the outside of one line times the whole of that same line, the whole thing including the outside and the inside, equals the outside of the second line, just the outside part, times the whole line, so both outside and inside of that line. So let's take a look at an example. Ow equals ow. So question is find ST. Alright, so take one line. What's the outside of that one line? So in this case, let's take this line first. So 7. 7 times the whole thing. So the inside and the outside. So what's the inside and the outside? It's 9 to there plus the 7 right there. So 7 parentheses times the whole, which is 9 plus 7, equals the other line, just the outside of the other line, which is 8x, times, and I'll put parentheses, the whole of that second line. So that whole second line is 8x plus 6x. So 6x plus 8x, or 8x plus 6x, or it doesn't matter. The whole thing, inside plus the outside. Alright, let's go ahead and solve the equation. So get in the house. 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 7 is 49. This is a listening check. Color in find ST. 8x times 6x is 48x squared. 8x times 8x is 64x squared. Right, combine like terms. So 63 plus 49 is 112. 48 plus 64 is 112 x squared. Divide both sides by 112, so x squared is 1. And then when you take the square root of both sides, you're going to get x is equal to 1. And then what was the question? The question was find ST, not x. So let's find ST. ST is both the inside plus the outside, so 6x plus 8x, which is equal to 14x, and we know x is equal to 1, so 14 times 1 is equal to 14. Alright, then this last one is really just like the one above, only the outside is the whole thing. So same thing, ow is equal to ow. So the outside of 1 times the whole thing of that same one, so that whole thing, equals the outside of the other, which this is just the outside right here, times the whole of the other. Well, it just so happens that in this example, the whole thing is just the outside, but you still have to multiply it. And so let's take a look at an example of what that looks like. Listening check, color in example 3. So the question is find x. Alright, so r equals r. Alright, so the outside of 1, which is one of them is 9, times, parentheses, the whole thing, so 9 plus the x, so the outside plus the inside is the whole thing, so 9 plus the x is the whole, so 9 plus x, equals the outside of the second one, the outside of the second one is 15, times the whole thing of the second one. The whole thing of the second one is the outside because there's no inside, so it's still 50. This is a listening check. Underline find x. Go ahead and get in the house. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times x is 9x. 15 times 15 is 225. Boxes insert. Just move 81 to the other side, so let's subtract 81. 9x equals 144. Divide both sides by 9, and x is equal to 16. Okay, so this question was find x, so we're done. Alright, so let's practice these things.